Hello everyone and welcome back. I am the casting Hydralist VP Nursey coming to you guys with another awesome gamecast here. But before I get into the gamecast, I just want to say thank you to everybody who gave me some comments on some of my videos that I had just recently posted up and asked for some feedback. I was trying a few new things. I also just wanted some decent comments on my overall commentary, so I'm going to be trying to adjust some of that stuff for you guys, starting with this cast right here. So first, spawning as a Teal Protoss in this matchup. Very excited about this matchup. We have aTnSocke. Socke from the team ATAX has been looking extremely strong lately in most of his tournament play. Very good Protoss player, very solid style. Does play a somewhat gateway-centric style, which has been the fad lately. Lots of gateway unit upgrades and such forth. So looking for great things out of Socke in this game. Does prefer actually to go by Socke or Socke, but I think Socke is what he's preferred, so we'll call him Socke for the rest of this cast. His opponent in the south for this game, spawning as the Purple Terran, we're going to have none other than LiquidTLO, the little one from Team Liquid. TLO, an absolutely amazing Terran player, known for his absolute off-the-wall crazy styles and original styles of play. So expecting great things from TLO. Had an extremely strong showing in the last MLG at Dallas. So we will have to see what he is up to in this matchup. This is going to be on the map Terminus Ray. This is the GSL version. And what is different about the GSL version from the normal version? The third. The third has 1 gas and only 5 mineral patches instead of the normal 7 mineral patches and 2 gases that you get on the Blizzard versions of the maps. So we do have TLO going barracks at 12. All very standard stuff so far. Do have the gateway going up for aTnSocke. So both players just getting a feel out for what is going on. Do have the first scouting SCV coming to the base of Socke for TLO. Gonna get a good scout on what Socke is up to. Do have the cybernetic score going up now for Socke as well. Looks like I'm gonna be calling him Socke for the rest of this cast. I can't seem to get Socke out of my mouth. Over back in the base of TLO, we do have the orbital command on the way. Some Marines getting built at the front of his base. Doesn't want Socke to be able to scout what he is up to. We'll be able to probably shoo off this probe. Going to be very close though, and second Marine does pop out and stops Socke from getting any scouting information as to what TLO is up to. And interestingly enough here, we do have Socke going for a relatively fast second gateway. Does even show that gateway to the scouting SCV of TLO. Is going to be starting his warp gate research and chrono boosting out his first stalker. This could actually be what has become the fad recently for Protoss, which is the 3 stalker pressure. The 3 stalker pressure is very good at punishing opponents who get kind of greedy and aren't defensive enough. But we do see TLO going for a double bunker wall off at the front of his base, as he does take a very fast command center, going 1 barracks into expand. I do like this play from TLO. This map does lend to this very nicely. You do have some destructible debris that head into your 3rd expansion base, where you can get up to the ramp into the natural. But overall, it's not the easiest to assault location. It takes a while to wear these destructible debris down. So very good, strong play by TLO. I like this move early in the game. Do have a stalker poking forward now for Socke. Socke did see the bunkers of TLO, so he does know that TLO is probably expanding and playing defensively. I'm going to start working on the destructible debris to the 3rd backdoor entrance to the base. Socke, in response to TLO, is going to be getting up his own expansion. I like this move by Socke. Socke will be trying to wear out this SCV before doing anything with these stalkers. He did indeed go with the 3 stalker opening. So no sentries yet, just straight stalkers. For Socke, goes and picks off that SCV. Probably going to be starting his actual build sometime soon now. Yes, is going to be going for a robotics bay. If we do look at the base of TLO from the view of Socke, we see he has seen almost nothing, just those bunkers. So he has an idea TLO might be expanding, but has no idea what build TLO is actually going. TLO with 2 bunkers there. Does have double refineries up in his main base. And is starting his first factory, so TLO is starting to tech up now. Meanwhile, over here in the land of Socke, we do have the gateway research finally finishing up. Those warp gates coming online. Do have that robotics facility nearly finished. Those 3 stalkers that he initially built over here, working on the destructible debris. TLO actually right now has no idea this is going on. If we look at the vision of TLO, he does see that 1 stalker popping in and out, but he has no idea that his destructible debris are being knocked down. So Socke undoubtedly going to knock these down. This will give him a clear attack path later in the game should TLO expand to his 3rd. Also will allow him to possibly get into the base of Socke and scout what TLO is up to. TLO even taking his third and fourth refineries relatively quickly. So it's going to be interesting to see what TLO is going to do. And he is building a starport and a tech lab, so probably Banshees. Even getting a second starport. Don't know if he'll go 2 starport Banshee or a single starport Banshee with Vikings or something like that, but we'll have to see what he's actually going to do. TLO now starting up Stim, has gotten a tech lab on that barracks. Still just straight Marines for TLO. Sock has now broken down the back rocks of TLO. It's going to be poking into the front of the base. It's going to force TLO to pull all those Marines out. Does have more than enough Marines to deal with these Stalkers. Sock actually having one of his Stalkers get weakened significantly, but doing a very good job of microing it back for now. TLO moving forward, wants to pick off these Stalkers, doesn't want them into his base. Is going to pick off a second Stalker, now trying to get this last Stalker. Will Sock be able to actually get into the base of TLO? He's going to try and skirt by, does actually get up the ramp, but there's 2 Marines there, and they do take out the Stalker, but the question is, did Sock actually see the starport with the tech lab going up? And yes, actually, Sock did see that, because Sock actually has an observer in the base of TLO already, getting vision of everything TLO is up to. So he does know that there could be Banshees on the way, and even Banshees with Cloaked. So those 2 starports have finished. Banshees and a Raven, actually just a Raven so far getting made. No Banshees at all being made just yet, so maybe going for some kind of a Raven play. But also adding 2 more starports in the back of his base is LiquidTLO, as he is actually indeed going to be starting Banshees. So going 4 starports early on, this could be some kind of absolute insane play. Maybe going to go 4 starport Banshee, I don't know. Adding a tech lab to both these. I am actually expecting 4 starport Banshee from TLO. An absolute insane play by TLO. So 4 starport Banshee with 2 barracks early in the game for TLO. Is even going to have a Raven. Probably will use that for point defense drone. Absolutely crazy, awesome play by TLO. We do see Sock is getting the ground armor level 1. I do like that choice from Sock. Ground armor upgrades first, becoming very popular for Protoss players, as it is very good against the Terran units. Colossus on the way after getting out those initial observer. We do see that he has 5 gateways now, is running off of 2 bases. Looks like he is even gearing up to take a quick 3rd base. So Sock wants to make sure he gets ahead in the economy game with TLO. If we look at the income tab really quick, we do see Sock is ahead on harvesters with Chrono Boost, but the income actually very similar because TLO does have the mules, which do help him catch up. Sock now even adding a Twilight Council. Undoubtedly will be using that to get Blink. Does have an inkling that TLO may be going for Banshee play. Has a lot of Stalkers. I like that choice by Sock. You want to get as many Stalkers as possible. Would expect him to be researching Blink as soon as that finishes up. Does have the Robotic Support Bay. Has not gotten Thermal Lance yet though, so that will make these Colossus less effective against all these Marines of TLO. Do have Banshees coming out like crazy for TLO right now. Building Banshees out of all 4 starports. 4 starport Banshees. Sock actually probably does not even have any idea that TLO has this many starports at this juncture in the game. Even moving his observer back forward, wants to see exactly what TLO is up to. If we look, he has seen the initial starport with the tech lab, but has no idea that there's actually 4 starports. So it looks like he is going to be moving forward, wants to try and see what is going on. We'll see TLO is taking his 3rd expansion now at this time. So Sock a little bit ahead in the expansion game. Does have that Nexus about halfway done. Is mining, good saturation on all of his minerals. Is going to be researching the Blink upgrade. Do like that choice by Sock. Is going to need that against the Banshees of TLO whenever they should come or choose to come. Even researching now ground armor level 2. Wants to make sure he has good ground armor. Be able to absorb as much damage as possible from his gateway units. Would like to see maybe a second forge or some attack upgrades sometime soon. Second Colossus on the way. Still has not started Thermal Lance upgrade. I don't know if that's a mistake or intentional, but meanwhile, hold the phone. Here comes TLO. He is pushing out. Has a couple of Marines scouting forward, and this Colossus actually on the edge, and it's going to get hit by the Banshees. Sock was making a huge mistake, actually leading with his Colossus. It's going to get picked off easily now, and he's going to lose that Colossus, which he really needed to deal with these Marines. These Stalkers and a handful of Zealots are not going to be very good against these Marines. Throwing up Guardian Shield, but that Sentry getting very quickly picked off. Here comes the second Colossus. He's going to need to be much more careful with this. Not even microing it at all. It goes down easily. Those Marines are now pushing forward. Still no Thermal Lance, and that is a huge mistake by Sock not having the Thermal Lance. These Marines just tearing through the probes and the Stalkers of Sock. Sock in a very bad position right here, losing a ton of probes. Point defense drone doing its job, even throwing down a turret now to try and take out some more of the units of Sock. Pushing forward with a couple more Marines, a couple more Banshees, going to try and cloak those up, but there is an observer with the forces of Sock, so Sock is going to be able to easily pick off these Banshees. Should clean up this army now from TLO, but at what cost? Banshee still alive. Sock actually not paying attention because we have a Banshee in the main now of Sock. Sock has seen that, paying more attention to that. Does just now pick off that Banshee that was at the natural. But now we have a Banshee doing damage in the main of Sock. Up to 1 kill. Gonna get a 2nd kill, maybe even get a 3rd kill. Yes, does indeed get a 3rd kill. Now poking at one of the Stalkers. Finally gonna get cleaned up by Sock. Sock taking a ton of damage from that attack, however. Down 43 to 58 harvesters. To the 58 harvesters of TLO. TLO in a significant advantage right now. Not researching Thermal Lance was a huge blunder by Sock. Still not getting the Thermal Lance upgrade. Really needs that Thermal Lance upgrade if these Colossus are going to be able to do anything at all. So a pretty large blunder by Sock, not getting that Thermal Lance in time. We do now see TLO adding a ton of barracks behind that push. Going up to 6 barracks with the Tech Lab, 1 with Reactor. It looks like he's going to be switching over to Marauder Banshee, so a very interesting, unique style being shown in this game by TLO, even adding some Vikings to deal with the Colossus of Sock, getting that 6th gas up, now saturating this 3rd base. TLO in a commanding position right now, but we do have Sock pushing in. Sock wants to try and do some damage. Those Banshees running off to the base of Sock, they're going to be forced to turn around, however. We do have an observer forward somewhere over here for Sock, but not with his forces, so he's going to have to retreat back to where the observer is. TLO is going to be pushing forward now. He does have Concussive Shell along with Stim on these Marauders. Sock is going to be forced to back up once again, not even getting much damage done. That Colossus moving back now. Still no Thermal Lance. I don't know if Sock made a mistake and forgot the Thermal Lance or what is going on, but Sock really needs that Thermal Lance upgrade if he's going to have any hope in the world of holding off the forces of TLO. It has hurt him significantly already. We do look back in the main of Sock. Has he even started it yet? No, has not even started it yet. Still just sitting there. Chrono boosting out more Colossus, but still no Thermal Lance. Do have +1 ground weapons on the way for Sock, but he really needs that Thermal Lance. Now I'm going to be getting charge as well. The charge will be good with good force fields against the Marauders, but I cannot stress how much he needs to get the Thermal Lance upgrade for his Colossus. We do now have actually TLO breaking down the 3rd base backdoor rocks of Sock. He's going to be moving into that 3rd. Sock going to clean this up pretty easily, though. He does have a couple of turrets down in each of his mineral lines, so no big deal there. TLO moving forward, wants to make sure Sock's not getting a 4th base, but Sock actually making a bit of a blunder, I think. But we do have an attack moving forward by TLO. Sock is going to have to try and defend this. Still no Thermal Lance. Those Colossus being mostly ineffective. The Marauder's going to easily pick off these Colossus because they do not have range. It's going to force Sock to back up, and Sock is going to be forced to cancel this 4th. Was not really happy about the placement of that 4th base by Sock. He knew he was behind, but still put that base right in the attack path of TLO. Yet another blunder by Sake as we're moving through the game. Still no Thermal Lance and still producing Colossus. Sake, I cannot believe intentionally is not researching the Thermal Lance upgrade, as it is hurting him so much right now as TLO is pushing in, trying to go for the killing blow possibly, but is going to back up. Sees Sake warping in a whole bunch more units. Knows he needs some reinforcements before he pushes, and now finally the Thermal Lance upgrade starting for Sake. I can only imagine that was a mistake by Sake. Sake with the huge blunder there, if anything. Not researching the Thermal Lance. I cannot stress how much that has changed the course of these battles. Not able to micro back his Colossus. This Colossus almost completely a non-factor without the Thermal Lance upgrade. He's got the push forward. Is going to get some good force fields down. Does trap some of the Marauders. Zealots do have charge now, charging forward into the Marauders. Going to be able to take out a lot of the Marauders, but I do not think Sock has enough to still actually hold this push. I think he's going to be forced to back up. That Colossus taking a ton of damage without Thermal Lance. Probably going to lose yet another Colossus. Colossus does indeed go down. Here comes the forces of TLO. Just a handful of Stalkers left for Sock. Warping in some Zealots to try and help deal with these Marauders. Yet another Colossus comes, and yet another Colossus will die. Still no Thermal Lance upgrade. This is a huge blunder for Sake. He's getting absolutely owned for his mistake. TLO is stimming in towards the mineral line. Sake having to pull all of his probes off to try and deal with this. A couple of Banshees moving forward, picking off one of the pylons powering 2 gates and the Twilight Council. Here comes some more units for Sake, but at this point I'm just waiting for the GG, because more or less Sake is dead. Here comes some Marauders even into the 3rd of Sake, even a Banshee, even a Medevac. Both these gateways going unpowered for a moment. The forces of Sake just sitting here chilling out. Sake trying to warp in some units to try and deal with these attacks, but I do not think it is going to matter. 53 supply to 164 TLO. TLO, if we look back really quick, even getting up a 4th base, adding even more barracks, still running off of a ton of barracks, 4 starports. TLO's economy is just too huge for Sake to deal with. Here comes another Colossus. Thermal Lance is now finally done, but what good is it at this point in the game? Sock, you are pretty much dead, my friend. I am sorry. You are an awesome player, but that was a huge mistake and is going to easily cost you this game. TLO now gearing up, probably for what is going to be the final assault here. Sock essentially has nothing to deal with this. 3 Stalkers, putting up another gate, another Nexus once again to try and re-expand, but 3 Stalkers and a Colossus is not going to be anything near capable of holding this push by TLO. And easily pound forward, knocks the Colossus down, knocks down the Stalkers. There goes some more probes, and aTnSocke of Team ATAX is going to be forced to GG out of the game. TLO showing us a very, very interesting fast expansion into 4-port Banshee style. Then going from Marines early in the game, which forced out a lot of Stalkers and the Colossus by Sock, then switching it up and going to Marauders and Banshees with some medevac support. I really like the play by TLO. Very interesting style of play. Helped him dictate the pace of the game. Sock, on the other hand, making a huge blunder, not getting the Thermal Lance upgrade for his Colossus. Colossus without Thermal Lance might as well not be there at all. So easy for the Terran player to take down and take out, as we saw throughout the game. So Sake making pretty huge blunder in the game, to be totally honest. Not researching that Thermal Lance. Not much he was going to be able to do with it. I think having a Thermal Lance might have made a huge difference in some of the battles. Might have kept his Colossus alive, so they wouldn't have had to been so far forward to attack. Also mismicroed his Colossus once or twice, leading with the Colossus. But that is also part and partial of a product of lacking that Thermal Lance upgrade. So an absolute excellent game by TLO. Congratulations to TLO on the win. I guess as far as this game is concerned, the King of Germany would have to be LiquidTLO. Sorry, Sock, but TLO beat you, so what more can I say? So anyways, this is going to be the Casting Hydralist VP Nursky saying peace easy for now, guys. Please subscribe to my channel. Hope you guys like some of the changes in the casting. If you don't, feel free to let me know. But I'll see you guys at the next cast.